way, if we're in a garage and there's an alarm going off like that, it must mean that we're at Universal Studios. So I know we came by the studios a couple times recently for Mardi Gras. And I wanted to come by today and check out construction progress on Hulk, Kong, Hello Kitty, everything that's going on. And also give a little bit of an update or some news or rumors or updates or whatever around Halloween Horror Nights. We just hit 7 months out for Halloween Horror Nights, so there's some new details already coming out. We are playing Race the Sunset today. We've got still walkers out here, Islands of Adventure. Ta-da! Alright, first stop, Hulk. The chute to launch out. Still missing the track, but it's coming. So we come around the bend and what do we see? Actually lots of track. So they've been hard at work kind of building out the back section first. When we came here last time and looked at construction, this was back in place. And now we've got full loops in place back here. We've got a half a loop over here. It's pretty impressive. So the track is supposed to be smoother and faster than before. And some folks have said the track is going to be longer, although I'm not sure that that's the case based off of some conversations we have with folks here. I am somewhat under the impression that the queue experience is going to change a bit too. So get up here on the track, you can see how they connect this together. That's pretty insane to think that your car is traveling down this track that's connected by these bolts. And in the back here, everything is already connected. Looks really awesome. And Captain America just ran past me. And for those curious about this opening back up again, I know they've said spring and they said summer. I'm thinking at this point, from what I've heard on rumor sites and sources, it should be sometime around like Memorial Day, I think. Or sometime like June time period, late May, June. It looks like it's getting close already. So on the front side of Hulk, where the coaster initially launches out and comes over here, nothing new here. This is all looking the same as it has in the past. Eventually you'll have all new supports and track put in here, so this will probably be the longest time taken out of this project, I would imagine. Superhero Island, very crowded with just people walking around. Foot traffic here, middle of the week, after work. In mid-February. What's going on? Now we've got to get around Toon Lagoon and get over to Kong, where the sun ironically is setting right on Kong right now. Now no one has ever said anything to me, so I don't have any insider secrets, but all of this water area that's back here, I can't imagine a need for this once Volcano Bay opens up, the water park, next year. Because then it just seems to kind of take away from itself and drive business from the water park over here. I don't know, that's just my thought. I know Universal bought a whole new plot of land and everything for potential park expansion, but I think there's an awful lot of room here to kind of swap out or rebuild in areas that may be underutilized or duplicative of the spaces that are going to open next year. By the way, these water guns for the rides now, they've gone up in price from $0.25 to now 50 cents. You got to use a token. It's $1 for 2 tokens. So basically, a token is 50 cents, 50 cents each shot. Seems kind of like a nitpicky type thing to raise prices on. It's just me. And we're coming up on the construction. It looks like they may have moved the wall out a little bit from the last time we were here. We've got this building with a roof on it over here and a gutter. This was not here when we came last time. And we've got new brickwork back there. Construction up there looks awesome. We'll take a walk around this area here. I don't know if you guys can see that too well, but there's skull decorations on these poles now. It's pretty sweet. And then you've got this whole building behind Kong's head that's being built out. Check that out. Kong himself has like lighting effects or tiki torches kind of built in for lighting effects. Crazy. And over here, Kong actually has his attraction sign up now too. So it's behind the wall, but you can kind of see Skull Island. Here's more of a complete view with all the copyrighted music behind me. So with all the additional build out outside, it actually looks like a massive area. It looks even bigger than it did before. Keep in mind, this is the outside. The ride building is still further back. This is sick. So as far as Kong opening dates here for this ride or attraction, what I'm seeing through rumor sites and hearing from other folks around is that this may be open for soft openings sometime in May. which would hopefully have this as a targeted, maybe, for Memorial Day weekend, maybe? So even in the back there, you can see the doors for the building are installed. And they're actually open now. They were closed the other day for a better picture, but you can see them back there. One thing is for sure, this is gonna look beautiful. So over by Jurassic Park Water Ride, the River Adventure, looks like it might be getting refurbed again right now. You see scaffolding up, so they might be cleaning some of the stuff outside. They've got a new Jeep or replacement over here with this T-Rex. And in this picture spot, they've replaced this car as well with this Jeepy type thing. Looks like an old, like, Chevy Blazer. Oh, it's not working right now. No magic for me. I promise not to climb. Let's go to King's Cross, shall we? We're waiting on Hogwarts Express to go back to the other park. Here it comes. Alright, so we made our way over to the studios side of the park. You can see that this construction wall is bumped all the way out now. This is where Disaster formerly was. There's not a lot of traces of Disaster left, except for that big monster back there in the tank that hasn't moved yet. And then, of course, adjacent to where Disaster was, we have the former area that was Beetlejuice, or the area that was formerly Beetlejuice. It's more like it. And of course, this is going to be Fast and the Furious Supercharged. This is coming soon in 2017. There is an awful lot of destruction that has taken place back here. So everything from Beetlejuice has been leveled, all the way up through some of Disaster in the back there, and you can see King's Cross and the train that we were just on, going backwards, Hogwarts Express, going back into King's Cross Station from Hogsmeade. So impressive how fast they moved here. It is beyond me how this show has stayed going all this time.
Check the denim jacket and move!
So just peeking out of the New York area, we're coming up on the building that was formerly Twister, and it's now going to be used for Jimmy Fallon Race Through New York. They've continued to essentially just utterly gut this building down to the point where there's walls on the outside and girders. And you can literally see right through the building, all the way to the back, to the other sound stages. Now this is targeted for opening next year, so 2017. Now having said that, I would not be surprised if at least the facade and the general outside area is completed a little bit sooner to accommodate Halloween Horror Nights. And we'll get to Halloween Horror Nights in a little more detail in a minute, but historically, the facade of this building has been used as an entryway to get to the sound stages back there. So I don't think that'll be open for people to go through the construction area, but I guess I could see it cleaning up enough so that the walls are pushed back here a little bit so that you can access the other sound stages through that alleyway there. Finally, the last building to show you some updates around is this building here. This is the former Betty Boop I Love Lucy area. And actually, Betty Boop awnings were not here previously. This used to be some type of green tattered awnings that we had in some of our older videos. Let's see if we could dig that up. If not, use your imagination. But all of the construction walls are down over here. And this is Hello Kitty, look. We've got a chandelier in there, we've got lighting. We have all kinds of wallpaper up here, 2 different types. We have a ladder back there where it looks like they're still doing some work. More Hello Kitty kind of walls up here. More lighting. And even more Hello Kitty stuff. Actually, that's not, well, Hello Kitty is there. And then we have Hello Kitty here. I'm not sure what the other characters' names are. I'm not very big on Hello Kitty. Jesse was never very big on Hello Kitty. But essentially what this is going to be is an interactive meet and greet store experience for the Hello Kitty brand. And by interactive, I don't know if it's going to be as big as like a Kylo Ren meet and greet, but I think it's certainly bigger than just having a character stand there. And it will be substantial store space here for Hello Kitty. And look back here, the entranceway from one room to the other is actually in the shape of a Hello Kitty head with a bow on the side of it. My guess would be that this should be open within the next couple of weeks. I guess we'll wait and see. And I'm guessing that Betty Boop will be relocated here. I haven't heard anything about that, but I would imagine that's the case. Outside the Hello Kitty store, they actually have like a little Hello Kitty drawing, like they put her handprints, well, paw prints in cement. Alright, so let's talk about Halloween Horror Nights for a minute. It seems like it was just yesterday that Halloween Horror Nights 25 was wrapping up here. Well, to me, that was an amazing event last year. I'm not sure how they could top it this year, but I'm sure they're going to. Last year was the biggest as far as quantity amount of houses in Halloween Horror Nights history. This year, the rumor mill has it that we'll see even more in terms of quantity. I'm thinking maybe one more. We'll wait and see. Where would they put all the houses? I'm firmly believing that they'll all be within one park. I know that there was a lot of rumors that it would be spread across like Islands of Adventure. I do not see that happening. I see everything happening in this park. I think the only thing that I see adjusted because of construction would probably be scare zones. Obviously, as far as shows, you can't have something over where Beetlejuice was, but I think last year they had a lot of success with that mobile stage, or the temporary stage that was on Hollywood Boulevard, where they had the Jack show. I could see that returning this year for some other type of show, and the other show, Bill and Ted, being back where Fear Factor is again. But I think we're probably going to see more tents this year. And I think we actually might see more ground-up properties, which would be awesome. And as far as dates go, we know that the calendar of events this year for Halloween Horror Nights will start September 16th, and the event will run through Halloween October 31st. Today on HalloweenHorrorNights.com, they released pricing for tickets if you are staying at the park and you want the extra ticket for the event. And at least the pricing that was put on the website was $59 a day to add on to your existing park ticket. And that's Sunday through Friday, not including Saturdays. Multi-date tickets and all of that good stuff, not available yet. I'm sure we'll see that closer to the event, probably like the June time period. So while last year when this street was used as a scare zone for psychoscarapy, I think we could potentially see the return of The Purge again as a street experience this coming year, considering they have a new movie coming out. And this street was very successful as The Purge a couple of years ago. Enough so that they used The Purge as a standby property when another IP didn't work out last year for a house. So in addition to the street experience in New York that we looked at, I think that here in the Hollywood street, they've had a lot of success over the last couple of years, having kind of like posable meet and greet picture type opportunities here. Last year we saw icons. The year before we saw characters from Face Off. This year I don't know what we'll see, although this is a huge area. I mean, I could see maybe Walking Dead coming back as a scare zone this year instead of a house. I think that would open up a lot of possibilities. Or maybe we could see a return of like classic Universal monsters on this street. And maybe some of the more current monsters, similar to what they did with the drive-in last year, maybe on a bigger scale here. I don't know. That would be awesome in my opinion. I think one of the debates that have been going on for a while now within the hardcore Halloween Horror Nights community is whether we'd see Walking Dead come back at all this year, or if it would just be replaced with the American Horror Story franchise. And I probably would have said, after last year's experience at Walking Dead, that we'd see American Horror Story instead of Walking Dead this year, but I think this year's season has been incredible so far, and I see a renewed interest in the property. Not to mention the fact that we've had so many folks on our channel commenting that they came to the event the last couple of years specifically because of The Walking Dead. Universal's Horror Night Twitter account has been very active lately explaining the creative process. I encourage everyone to check out their Twitter account. We'll put a link down below. You can check out how the designs are bubbled up, how they're decided upon, and then put into action, and then actually become a reality. And that said, I think that they have a good handful of houses already that they've already worked through, and I'm sure we'll start to maybe hear a little bit more in the rumor mill in a little bit about what those properties are. But at least right now what we have are dates and some of the prices, and you can start planning ahead. Book your Sapphire Falls Hotel or Cabana Bay and get in before it gets filled up. Blinky. Goodbye, Universal. See you again soon. Oh, the irony. The NBC Sports Grill selling a NASCAR shirt. Kind of digging up the dead a little bit. Well, we are back home. A lot of work getting done at Universal Studios. Actually, it looks like they have really been moving and shaking. And then on the other hand, Disney at Hollywood Studios just seems like things are at a crawl. Although I will say in all fairness that Disney has a special, I think, coming up this Sunday. I mean, it's supposed to be a sneak peek into at least one of the rides for Star Wars Land with Harrison Ford on the show, I believe. But anyway, Universal, full speed ahead. Unfortunately, in the meantime, not a whole lot to do in the park, so there's an abundance of people kind of wandering around aimlessly, and lines for other attractions just seem to be way out of whack. So just keep that in mind if you're going to the parks anytime soon, what to expect. On that note, we're calling it quits for the night. So thank you for all of your likes, thank you for your comments, thank you for your subscriptions. Treat others the way you want to be treated. Have a great night. We'll see you guys.